Hi and welcome back to another episode. Today I'm going to tell you a story of how I got fired. Okay, I've been fired twice, so I'm going to tell a story of how I was fired the first time. Okay, so I was employed in this office. It was a small office, so there are only it was me at the reception and the owner of the office uh, in the other office. The office had two. It was partitioned into like two rooms, the reception and now the main office. So the owner of the office was the one um, in his office, and I was the one at the reception. Now, this owner had a girlfriend. It was a girlfriend at the time. When I went to do the interview, the girlfriend was not there. It was just the man himself. He did the interview, and I think he needed someone urgently because when I came in for the interview, it was just him. There was no one at the reception. So I think they needed to hire someone quickly. So I did the interview, and the next day he called me to let me know that I had gotten the job and I should start immediately. And uh, the day that I reported, he was also alone. Mm, it was nice. The man was very nice. I still respect that man. He's a good guy. Now, in the coming days, his girlfriend came. I came to know later that this is the girlfriend. I just knew it's the. Well, she used to come into the office, talk to the guy, hang out for a while, then she would leave. So I did not know who she was, whether she was a client or she was related to this guy. I did not know. So I used to do my job. If something requires his attention, I would just go to his office to ask him. Now, where the rain started beating me. One day, I had some work, and there was paperwork that needed his signature. So I went into the office to give the documents to him to sign, and that lady had popped in that day. So she was in the office talking to him. I got into the office, said hi to her, and then I gave my boss the documents to sign. Then I went back to my business, what I was doing. Apparently, she found this disrespectful, and I did not understand why. So this thing happened like twice. There was also another incident when I needed something from my boss, and she was in the office. So I just came in and talked to my boss and asked him whatever I needed, and I went back to my staff. Uh, then another day she came, so she came to address this issue. She came to where I was seated and told me, you're a very disrespectful girl, and I don't understand why. Apparently, she said I was showing her some attitude. So she could not understand why I have such an attitude towards her. Like, she was asking me who the fuck do I think I am, that she can easily fire me. So I was surprised, like, where is this coming from? How can you just walk in and start threatening that you're going to fire me? Mom, I don't know you. I just see you around here sometime. She's never introduced herself to me. No one has ever introduced her to me, like, to let me know who she is. So, and then there was a CCTV at the back where my desk was. There was a CCTV back there. So I guess my boss saw whatever was going on. Then the girl read me to filth, and then she just left. Well, when she was telling me those things, I just told her I'm sorry, because I didn't even know what I was being sorry about. Uh, how I had disrespected her. I just told her I'm sorry, man. Then she went her way. That day, my boss was not in the office. He had stepped out, and she was sitting where he sat, where he used to sit. So my boss came the next day, and he was asking me, I heard you guys were disagree. You guys had a fight yesterday. So I started telling him, I was actually very shocked. This girl just came and started threatening to fire me. She told me how disrespectful I am. and I don't even know what I have done. I have not done anything wrong to her, so I don't understand where this is coming from. Then he explained to me that, you know, she's my she's my girlfriend, and she's also but no, he did not even say it's his girlfriend. She just said his partner, like they are in business together, so she's a business partner too. But the reason I don't see her most times is because she comes in on Fridays. I think she comes in on Friday. I had not been in that office long enough to get to the end of the week. It had been Monday. I was hired on Monday, and by Wednesday she had a problem with me. So he told me, yeah, she's part of the owner of this business, so you have to just respect her, listen to whatever she say. And then he told me, do you know there's someone who's worked here before you? They got slapped by this girl. And then I was like, that's crazy. Why would you slap someone? I mean, we are not in school, you're not in high school. This is I'm an adult just as much as you are. Is that just that you're employing me, and at the end of the day I'm exchanging my services for your money? So I just told him that's crazy. I would be so shocked if anyone slapped me at the office. We laughed about it and life moved on. So after that talk, I think they went home and discussed about it too. So the next time she came to the office, she was really nice to me, asking me how I'm doing, such things. And you know, they used to shock me because my first interaction with this lady was she was so not nice to me, and now she's nice, suddenly asking how my weekend was and stuff. She would even bring me something, like when she's at the office and she's ordering lunch, she would order some for me too. I was like, oh my god. You know, at that time, for me, ilikuwa kuinama, man. I did not have any money. So she was being nice to me and all that. Then she asked for my number so that when her clients come, I can let her know. That's how I got her number. I saved her number and she saved mine. Then I started seeing her WhatsApp status. That's when I actually knew that she's the girlfriend. I saw her posts, how they spent their weekend. They had been invited to some party, and then I saw, they are very close. Like, you know, the closeness that you would not expect from just a random business partner. And then she had attached her Instagram page. She was telling people to go follow her. So I went to stalk. That's when I found out, oh, these people have been together for quite a while, like 5 years. The eyebrows are still struggling, but we shall get there. Uh, so she started coming to the office more often. We'll see each other a lot. And now we're working together. The things that required the owner's signature, I could take them to her. Now there was no disrespect and we were doing just fine. That job was one of the best jobs I've ever had in my life, because I've not worked in so many places, but I have had bad experiences, and that was one of the best, aside from the incident which happened when, you know, when I was starting out. So it was smooth, and I really liked that job. My boss now, the guy, he was a really nice guy. He would ask me how I'm faring on, like, he was caring more than, like, I don't want to bring this out the wrong way. He did not do anything shady. He was just generally a good person. He's a good soul, and he will go to heaven. So this man was really nice. He would ask how I'm doing. After there was a time I was very sick. I had this bad flu. He bought me medicine, and the medicine were very expensive. He allowed me to go home and rest until I could feel better. That was so shocking for me. I'm not used to people being very nice to me, especially in work settings. So yeah, I worked there for 2 months, and then one day I just woke up. It was on after 2 months. It was on, I can't remember the day, but I remember the dates, because salary used to be paid on 26th. So that he had sent me my salary on 25th that morning, just when I was supposed to go to work. I usually woke up at 6, got ready, and left for work at 7 so that I could be there by 8. That day he sent me money at 6 on 25th. So I wondered, what's going on? Why am I being paid on a day earlier than it's supposed to? And then my heart just started beating fast because I knew something was wrong. Those days, uh, I used to have very high intuition. I still do, don't get me wrong. I just felt like something was wrong. And then he sent me a message. He did not even call me. He just sent me a message and told me, uh, don't come to work today. We are temporarily stopping your services because we can't afford to pay you. Apparently the office has gone through financial problems. This is what he said. They are temporarily stopping my employment until such a time when the firm's finances will improve. Then they can consider bringing me back to work again. He asked me to bring him the what to bring him the office keys. I said okay. I did not even call him. I just waited, and he told me to bring the keys there the next day. So that's what I did. I got up that morning, got ready, and took the keys to him. And when I brought the keys, I was asking him what is the issue. He said the same thing. Apparently the firm has run to financial problems, blah blah. And then I thought to myself, since this guy is such a nice person, he's been so nice to me. At that time I was thinking it's genuinely the firm has financial problems. I did not know he was letting me down easy. I told him, if you cannot afford to pay me, it's fine. I can work for free for a couple of months until you get back on your feet. I told him I can work for you for free. I can still keep my job and do it even if you're not paying me, until such a time when the firm will be in a better position. Like I said, I did not know that was his way of letting me down easy. He said, no, the other partners, I'll talk to them, but I don't think they're going to be okay with it. So you just go home. When things improve, I will call you. I said, I'm sorry that this is happening, and I wish things could change because I really enjoy working here. And that time I was telling myself, I don't have anything else to do, so why not just come to the office and keep working even if for no salary. That's how much I like that job, that I was willing to even work for free just to have something to do, something to wake up to every morning. But he said no, so I was like, hey, that's fine. That is how we parted ways. I went about my business. I went to look for a job, but I never got anything until I even moved from that area. And then a few months later, I came back to the area. I was just by there. I had made friends with other people who were working in other. You see that building? It had the offices. There were hotels where people. There were other places where people were selling clothes and stuff. So I had made friends with another girl who worked at the hotel, and she used to bring food for this man every lunch hour. But then it got to a time she stopped, and he started going to eat outside, or he would carry packed lunch. At that time I did not think it was anything. We just moved on with life. So when I came back to this area after I had been fired many months, a few months later, I met this girl that I had made friends with. And then she asked me, oh my god, what happened? Where did you go to? So I explained to her the situation. I told her the guy told me they ran into financial issues and stuff. And she told me, oh my god, that's such a lie. This man cannot run into financial issues. The way I know him, he's planned himself well. Like, he's in a good place financially. That's not the reason they fired you. And she told me I might know why they fired you. And she explained to me that apparently everyone in the building knew how this man's girlfriend had a problem apparently she was insecure. I'm not saying this is allegedly, these are things she told me. I don't know for sure, but this is what she said. She has a problem. The girl apparently had a problem with every lady in that building who would have contact with her man, who is now my former boss. Even that girl, the girl who used to bring him lunch, it got to a point where there was one time she went to take lunch to him, and the girlfriend was around, and apparently she did not like how my friend looked at the guy when she was asking for payment, and then she had to make the man choose. Uh, she had to make the man, like, she told him, you have to stop taking food from there. It's either you carry lunch from home or you buy, but you're not going to interact with this girl anymore. That's how they terminated the contract for lunch. You know, he was getting lunch from the same place every day. Now it was under a contract. They had to terminate it because his girlfriend said he's not comfortable with it. So that's how they stopped working. They stopped working together. So this girl did not have any reason to go into that office anymore. And this is what my friend told me. And then there's also another guy on the ground floor. When I told him my story, he told me, oh my god, you would think that you are the first person this is happening to, but no, this happens to so many people. Like, it's the same story with these same people. This same girl, she's always so insecure about people near her man. I don't know what happened. I don't know, man. That's their business. But apparently she's put a stop to every other woman who comes into contact with her man. So you see, even when they fired me, they had to look for a guy to replace me, that job. So that's how it went. And then I later came to meet another lady who is now who rose in ranks, and now she's at the same position that this man was when he employed her. And apparently she went through the same thing. They went through problems because of this lady. So the bottom line is, this lady is insecure. She doesn't want any women around her man, be it at work or wherever it is. I was like, oh, so that's why I got fired. Now from my understanding up to this point, I was not fired because the office ran into financial issues. Sorry, I was fired because this lady did not want me around her man. She was not comfortable with it, even though she used to work with me and would see like everything that was going on. Mind you, there was a CCTV camera that I told you about at the back, so every interaction in that office could be seen on camera. So I don't know what she was insecure about, but I'm not one to blame women quickly. She has her own reasons for being whatever, insecure. I don't know what happened to her, but that's their business, man. They fired me and I left. So yeah, that's the story. That's how I got fired. I came to meet other people who had been employed in their office later, and they had more or less the same story. It's the same thing that happened. They all had a good experience with the guy, but the disagreement came with the lady. That was a few years ago. I ended up looking for better, and I got better. So yeah, that was the story of how I got fired the first time. And you, lady, wherever you are, I hope you worked on your insecurities and whatever, because it's not cool, man. At that time I was so bitter. I was bitter for a while. Do you know how hard it is to find a job here in this country, and you just got me fired just because you're insecure? Man, I was not going to sleep with your man. I hope you worked on that insecurity, girl. It doesn't look good on you. Mind you, the girl was so beautiful. Yeah, so that was it. That's been my story for today. See you on the next one. How is the look? Am I improving or do I still? I don't know, man. We'll get there. But I think this is an improvement from the first time you saw me. Yeah. Bye.